some people of you are runners, so long distance runners or short distance runners, joggers or the likes. And how cool would it be if you could save 70% of time or run 70% faster? Same you, same track. Okay. The only difference would be that you have a dog together with you that accompanies you, and is also your running buddy and pulls you to a certain degree. This is called Canicross, and what you need for it is quite easy. In its essence, you need a dog like yourself, of course, but the best way to approach is that the dog is in a harness, so that not all the stress is put on its neck by pulling you, and also that you yourself are in a harness, and in that harness you will also put a lot less stress on your arms, because if I would run like this, and I also did this quite some times, and you can also test it out just on the leash, with you holding it, but then your arm movement is a little bit more restricted, whereas if you have a harness that's at your belly or hip level, that helps a lot. Also puts the center of gravity a little bit lower, but 70% faster. And there's a YouTube video. I will also make some screenshots of it to show you where you can find it, and that did two times the same track and was able to have over 70% increase in speed, which is tremendous in my opinion. There was already an athlete that was able to have a good running speed and was now a lot better. And it's a fun way also for your dog, of course, to get it in the exercise modus, also for yourself. It's good to build on your stamina and keep your cardiovascular system working. And I just wanted to share it with you. Hope you like it, and look at the pictures to see the complete mission. Have a great day. Bye bye. So in this video we will discuss Canicross and how do I know that it works. In an earlier video I showed details of another YouTuber who already saw 70.4% increase in speed by jogging the same track without and after that with the dog. So in Canicross the dog helps you to cover the distance faster because it gives you some pull. But also, I found this out just walking my own dog, and when I walk the dog with my wife and I have the dog, and the dog is pulling like he is now, she has a hard time of keeping up, even harder than normally walking next to each other. But when I give her the line, she walks the same speed as I do without the line. So it gives you some insight. If that line is reduced by me at a pulling motion and it's given to her, you see a big difference. So it is also an easy trick that you could do if you have a dog that is pulling, to see how much more speed that gives you. Or you could walk up the street and down the street and just time it and see how it goes. Another thing about Canicross I will put down in the next video. So Canicross is often referred to as jogging with your dog, and just a good thing because it gives you good condition for yourself but also for the dog. It also keeps the nails down if the dog is allowed to pull. And there's something else that is there, because you can cover terrain much faster than you would jogging yourself, so it's also very effective for both you and the dog. But there's another thing. Sometimes they also have Canicross competitions, and then they oftentimes also do it like a little bit like a Viking run. So they have obstacles that you have to mitigate together. Of course, it's far less based on power because they want to be all-inclusive. Not all dogs have that much power, but sometimes they even have something that the dog has to pull on, like a tug of war cord, and work together with the boss, but also to cover terrain very fast. Sometimes they have to do a little bit of swimming together, or they can also swim in this rainy weather. It's really raining cats and dogs now. But also canoe together or something. I think it's a very nice thing. You should not take it too seriously, but it's a good thing to do together, and also a nice thing. Depends a little bit on what kind of breed you have about giving you the edge. Yeah? Of course, this is a very small dog, so it will be easily lifted. That would be a benefit. If you have to mitigate terrain and your dog is not allowed to, or not able to jump over it, it will be a lot easier to lift this type of dog than, for example, the Malinois. But also, very often your dog is able to mitigate those you can call it a war example, or another thing that's hindering your pet, and you just have to mitigate. So I would not opt for a too small a dog. I do have a smaller dog, like you see here, but I think in Canicross there are better choices. Why? The bigger the dog is, the harder it will be when the dog breaks, and to relieve itself. For example, when he has to relieve himself from some excrements or some urine, even during the run, because of the cold water or something else, even though you're prepped before to not make it that way. Spiky. And also I would rather advise to get a smooth coated variety with a thick coat. And why? You see, it's very easy to clean. Also the water gets off quite easily. Still offers good protection. You see, now I can only use this towel, and he's already cleaned. And also will help a lot with the heat. Yeah? So if a dog stays wet for a long time, this is not a good thing. Water resistant fat layer could also be helpful, but it would be detrimental again if it's very hot. So it depends a lot on what you want. Hope this helps. The dog here is my Patterdale, 1.5 years old, Estacado. Mikey. He's a good boy. Only 12 kilograms and a little bit. Today we will discuss wash and wipe dog ownership. So what do I mean with this term? If you look at dogs, some dogs need quite a lot of work, others are almost carefree. And I'm referring to the latter. So for example, if you have a dog with a very nice fluffy coat, you also have to comb it a lot. And otherwise the coat will get entangled and also dirt will build up. Whereas if you have a dog with a smooth coat like this, you have no work. You do not even have to comb them, and still they look like this. Like if you feed them well and exercise them well, they will just shine from health. And that's what I apply to. It's the same with humans. If you're a man, you can have very long hair, you can have a long beard, but it takes a lot of time to keep it in a good condition. Whereas if you keep it smooth and easy, it's just wash and wipe. And you're good to go. Also, if he has played in the dirt, this little guy, I just take a towel and wipe him off once. And it takes off all the dirt, all the moist, everything. And that's an easy thing in life. Another thing, You could also do it a little bit more on the psychological level. If you have a dog that is demanding a lot of you, also in the way, of course every dog should need exercise and also mental exercise, etc. But sometimes you have a dog that's so far away from the normal things that you do that you have to make compromises a lot. And if so, this can be quite intrusive. For example, if you have a dog that barks for every sound that it hears, you will go and adapt to that, because you do not like this barking perhaps. I would not. But also, if it barks, you will think it cries wolf again. Whereas if you have a dog that only barks when there's really something there and can discriminate between the normal things in life, but also if something is really amiss, you have the benefits of a watchdog properties. You will not have all the trouble also with people around you that go nuts from all those barks. And that is something I really like. Also a dog that can be relaxed in house. For example, there are two elite working terriers at this moment. And in my opinion, that is the Patterdale Terrier and the German Yacht Terrier, also known as the German Hunting Terrier. But they have different characters. Patterdales are far nicer in house, whereas Yacht Terriers are almost they keep on being extremely active, almost neurotic in my opinion. Whereas a Patterdale Terrier can also have an off button, so to say, which I like a lot. So that's my philosophy about wash and wipe type of dog. I'm not promoting to wash your dog too much, only if needed. And sometimes it can be only once in so many months, or not, or never if it can swim. But you should wipe it, of course, so that it doesn't soil the environment, especially when it's has played in the mud. But just keep it easy and keep it simple and easy for you, also easy for the dog. That's my philosophy. And that doesn't mean that I do not have respect for dogs with a bigger coat, or that I cannot enjoy their beauty, because I can. But I like this a lot more practical, and also very nice bonus that you can see the musculature very nicely, as you can also see here with Estacado now. 1 year, 9 months. Have a great day.